Yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning to you. Cheers to you, sir. Welcome to the Pound Hour, the LB Hour. Hopefully, throughout this pandemic, you don't have too many LBs putting on, because I know the many people have. Huh?
Well, yeah, totally. Like the freshman 15 in college, it's a pandemic
Yeah, it's the
25.
2020, that's what it is.
Yeah, pandemic 50.
The pandemic pounds. That's what we
Yeah,
call it.
a lot of people are gaining 50 pounds, man. It's like the old,
Yeah.
remember the old freshman 15? People would gain 15 pounds because of all the dining hall food. It was just so plentiful.
I didn't realize that's what it was, Brian. I thought the freshman 15 was something else. So I went that other direction. Like, oh, 15, huh? 15. I'm kidding.
Actually, it was a guy I saw that was on the football team. I saw him in the locker room, and wow, we won't even talk about Wendell.
No, it's true.
He was
It's a true thing.
5'5". He was about 5'6", actually. But
Yeah, well, it's a true thing when you go from home cooking and so forth to college, and all of a sudden you get to have Cheetos any given time you want. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of a sad thing. I think that my daughter's on a pretty program over at her school where she can have we said that she actually eat Subway and so forth quite often, and almost home cooked meals, but they're pretty healthy, I think.
yeah, they had great food, salads, every
Yeah.
kind of meat, fish in the dining hall. But it was all you can eat that got some of us to gain weight. So
Yeah, I don't know if it's all you can eat there for her or not. I think it's twice a day, but yeah, it's still all you can eat.
yeah, you have certain times you go in, but I gained 20 pounds at Central.
Well,
I was lifting weights at Central, but yeah, lifting weights and eating, man, it was easy to gain weight.
And at home, you're not allowed to drink beer all the time. Not that you were, but
Yeah, we drank a lot of beer. I know we are talking about Brian Thompson, the actor, and he was over there. And he said the only time he had ever been able to gain weight, because he told me he had a condition where he couldn't get body fat going. And that's why he was so ripped. He told me it was a medical condition
Really?
several times. Yeah. But he said one time he just did all you can eat all the time. And like at the dining, we're at the dining hall and he was talking about it. And he was able to not work out at all. And he was able to gain a little weight. And that's the only
Oh, that's right. His face is pretty ripped. Matter of fact, can we show up a picture of Brian Thompson on there?
Yeah, it was kind of weird because they joked about him, made fun of him, called him Boneface in high school and then Herman in college, but he didn't care.
Yeah, well, heck with that. He's definitely a muscular face, and his body's just a big dude. But
I think the thing that really made him too was, in addition to that, he had charisma and acting ability. He was good.
So he was, yeah. He stood out a little bit. He's definitely unique.
Yeah,
we talked about him before, but it'd be nice to show a picture of him.
Yeah, I'm going to show a picture. But he was there as a business major, and then he got into theater and got best actor in the whole college. It was pretty cool.
Really?
For the whole year. Yeah, that's when it really everybody knew something was going to happen with this guy.
Come on, pig. You want to die with me, pig? Isn't that what he says? I think so.
Yeah, we should
or just go hell with me, pig. You want to go to hell with me, pig?
Yeah, you want to go to hell with me, pig. We should bring him back to Central and he can do commercials.
We should actually, we probably could get some, we will, let me say we probably should, we will get some, start getting people on here, I think. Yeah. I've been thinking about it and just starting to, I love you. I love you, and everybody in this world here in the internet loves you and me, but we probably should bring some more people in. Somebody to say hi to them and speak a little bit, I thought about that. There he is. Kind of a fat dude.
That's the most weight he's ever had that I've ever seen. But
I think that's probably just the way he's sitting too.
He's 62 years old and he still looks pretty damn there. I like that. That's
62 years old right there.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Brian, you are rocking it.
Oh, yeah.
Thompson, you got it going on, buddy. Your dad was quite a muscular dude as well, but he was a little heavier in the belly. But actually, he was yeah.
That's funny. Look at that one. That's a imposing figure. I remember talking to him, and him talking to you was imposing. You're like,
yeah, but yeah. So he's 60. How tall is he?
He's probably 6'2", maybe. He's
really
a nice guy, maybe 6'1". He was, of course, a lot taller than me, but I never saw him in the weight room once. He said he did 100 push-ups 4 times a week and a few crunches.
Yeah, well, if you
That's
can just, he probably still does 100 push-ups a day. You know,
Yeah, he
I,
looks good.
I remember playing cards with a guy who was a Marine, and he said he did 100 push-ups a day. That's all he ever did, and he was built to the hilt. You know, do you remember that Marine guy that played poker back in the day? He had like a really just a dude with a mustache. He was from the Marines. He was a
Huh.
I don't remember. He was just he would do 100 push-ups a day, and that was his regiment for the rest of his life. 100 push-ups a day.
I'm trying to remember that guy.
Yeah, he was like about 5'8", I think, and no, I was even about
Really?
5'10", and just he wore like boots, like cork boots, kind of, and rolled up socks and stuff a little bit there, and like a lumberjack, but he was a Marine looking dude. Anyway, but either way, so we'll just say right there, 100 push-ups a day is the way to stay alive and fit. You know.
Yeah.
And you
Now,
can
did
do.
you know that this is a little trivia? Did you know Brian Thompson was in this movie,
Nope, I didn't.
The Expendables?
Actually, it's called what?
The Expendables. It's about a action star who's obsessed with his penis, has to get like a longer penis, and it makes fun of Schwarzenegger and Stallone and all the people he worked with. He made it. He made the movie. It's his whole thing.
That's you know what? I don't want to watch porn about Brian Thompson.
It's not porn. It's comedy. It's making fun of those guys. It's like a spoof.
Well, I might actually be in that. I might be in that. I might be. I'd watch that for sure because I think he was in the last Expendables. As a matter of fact, maybe.
I don't think so, but he got killed by almost all those guys. So he'd been.
Yeah. No. Well, look under his IDBMA because I think that whatever it's called IDMB. Because
I'm just looking up this movie a little bit. It's kind of funny because I've been wanting to watch it. It's
The Expendables. That's just horrible.
I think he financed it himself. So here's some stuff about The Expendables.
No, matter of fact,
most of the scenes in the movie actually happened. He played the villain in Cobra with Stallone, and then he was in Terminator and got killed by Schwarzenegger.
What does it mean? Most of the scenes in the movie actually happened. What does that mean?
There are things that really happened to him. He had some wild stories about those big time action stars. That's the funny part.
Huh. Oh, now I have to watch the show because that's very interesting, very intriguing. But look, would you go back onto his IMDb if you can?
I'll try to find his IMDb. I almost bought a trial or did a trial offer for that, but I'm not quite there. But
I didn't
pretty
pay for that.
interesting. Well, you can get a hold of people if you buy an account. You can get a hold of producers and stuff because it gives their information, at least their companies.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
that's the advantage of it. It's like 15 a month or something. It might be 20. But people that are trying to sell scripts and stuff, they usually get that because then they can find out what production company each guy works for that they're trying to get.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I like it just to go look at it, but other people use it to get connections.
Yeah, not bad. It's not a bad way to do it for sure. Obviously,
kind of like a LinkedIn for show business.
Yeah, well, no, that's cool. That's cool. But you still gotta, find them at a gas station and introduce you. Oh, hi! I didn't mean to meet you here. Sorry about that. Yeah. Next time later. Hi, see you at the PTO meeting.
But it's hard to do that from this room I'm in.
Yeah, well, we're gonna let you out soon enough.
Yeah. Well, you know what's cool though? An email now is good. It's almost better than a meet and greet thing. You could say exactly what you want. You know what I mean? You could say exactly what you want.
You can say exactly what you want, but I personally, I get a lot of emails. People I don't know. I don't even pay attention to them. Because it's all sales stuff, It's like,
yeah, but the chance of seeing a big time producer at the gas station in Kelso is very low.
But if you track them down.
Well, yeah, if you're going to go to LA or something and you research it in advance and can go to all these places where they.
Not that I'm looking to do that, but.
I'm looking to do it with this year, as they open the world again.
Yeah, for sure. I get you. Well, I said,
here's his IMDb.
We need to go down to do a game show anyways.
Yeah. IMDb, born August 28, 59 in Ellensburg. Raised on the Columbia River in Longview, good friend of Brian Calhoun for a while, it says. There was a falling out at some point, but we'll rekindle. His interest in acting was sparked during his senior year. I know the story of that they don't know. I know the rest of the story.
But let's go back to this.
Well, let's quickly go back to how he got into acting. This is interesting. He needed a ride home, and this guy, Paul, said, I'll give you a ride, but I have to try out for this play at Mark Morris. So Brian went with him, ended up trying out, and got the acting bug that day as a senior.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty good how people fall into stuff. So that's a fascinating part.
Yeah, no, I know it's on his IMDb, but
well, they don't
tell me what movies. If is he in one of the Expendables?
Well, I'm looking. Where does it show that stuff?
I don't know. It's a bit of movies.
Where's that?
I don't know where you're at, bro. Show me the. Show me.
Oh, it says view agent, publicist, more awards. It's got pictures known for these.
Oh, can you share with us for a second?
Oh, it's not being shared. I'm very sorry.
No,
my bad, as they say.
You are bad, Brian. You are very, very bad, baby. Yeah.
There you go. I thought I was sharing. See, that's why I need a tech guy here, a nerdy tech guy.
If you don't share, you don't care. That's what I'm saying. Actor credits. What you go? You just pass.
There it is.
But
okay, talks. Yeah.
But his movies. Let's see here. There's.
You know how he learned the value of academics and athletics?
Nope.
He was the son of 2 teachers.
Yes, I knew his dad was. Didn't know his mother was. But could you yeah, not known for, let's go down here. There should be a
there it is.
Actor credits right there. You want to go to that one. So show, well, you got that's there's Expendables, but
yes, it'd be 2014 Expendables. Doesn't say the Expendables yet. We'll get there.
Yep.
I don't believe he is in it.
I thought he was in the last one for some odd reason.
I don't think so.
There's a lot of stuff, man. The guy's done a ton.
He did The Legend of Tillamook's Gold.
The Legend of Tillamook's Gold.
Yeah, I believe he made that with his son. He did it around here, so that was cool. He was in Charmed, 3 episodes. Birds of Prey. He played the Crawler. Whoa. Lost it for a minute.
I do that all the time.
I can't even find it. There you go. Are you there? Sorry, I lost it.
I'm here. I thought
stop the share. We had a technical problem. Yeah, I'll get back to that in a second. I just hit the wrong button, as happens. It's pretty cool, this IMDb. Is that what it's called?
IMDb? Yeah, IMDb.
No sign of Expendables, because we're back to 2000. So,
no, it's okay. I put his name in just because Expendables doesn't say Expendables. Yeah.
Joe Dirt was a great role.
That's pretty funny though. I have to watch the Expendables.
Well, yeah, he takes what he knows and makes a movie out of it. That was pretty cool because he had been through it. Nobody else had worked with all those guys, especially getting killed by all the main ones.
Hey, you know who Brian Thompson sounds like to me? He might be Donald Cooper.
He's a little too scary.
What?
He doesn't make you think, oh, sweet little guy, you love him.
Well, he could be a Boy Scout and a half, though. You clean him up and make him look like he's smiling and happy.
He's a great guy. He would. We'll get him other roles. I want this guy to look like Kevin Costner. You just like him. He's likable. He's non-threatening and likable.
Well, he'd always be,
kind of like Dennis Weber. He's really likable.
Well, let's revisit that thought because I think there's a reason why I'm thinking in my head, actually.
Well, I know.
Basically, we don't have to go there in a moment because we're talking about something different, but because there's a reason why he became who he became, type of thing. You know what I mean? So I have that in my mind. But let's go somewhere else with this conversation. Yeah. So
back to Thompson. That's cool. He's doing well. He's got a movie out now, and I think he's in production. So the guy's a lifetime actor from just deciding to wait around to get a ride home. That's what it all started from.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I
and
will
the
admit
guys,
that.
the guy that gave him the ride home, Paul Delishaw. He's a minister in Kalama now, so that's cool.
He was a doctor, Dr. Delishaw.
His brother's a doctor, Johnny Delishaw, the hotshot surgeon. But Paul was just a good guy, and he's a smart guy, and he's, I believe, a minister in Kalama. And he's the reason for Thompson's career. At least he set the spark in action at Mark Morris. At Mark Morris.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I have a question for you if you're ready, by the way. I had some.
Yeah, that was an interesting tidbit that I knew more than IMDb. There you go.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot more that we know more than IMDb, but it's good for them to, we should you can mail them and tell them the truth on things, be kind of cool. You never know.
If you join, you can put in those tidbits and it'll have your information in there.
My leg is stuck in this friggin', are you kidding me? That's weird. Never had that happen before. Hang on. Just 1 second, folks. I have a leg stuck.
Okay,
But
I got good
my
light.
question is, oh, the hell did that happen? Jeez. Wow, that was a
There you go.
Oh, my leg was stuck in my chair.
Now, something behind me is different now. I changed something. Look around.
Let's see, you changed something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Something in the background changed while you were shuffling about.
what's this? That book changeover?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. The 1 Minute Millionaire.
There it is.
There you
$10.
go. That's a good freaking book, man. Did you start reading it?
Hardcover, $10. This is gonna be great.
No, it is. It's a good one. So it'll give you some inspiration for certain. And
The owl told me to get it.
there you go. There you go.
Actually, the harebrain thought about getting it. The owl said, "Do it."
Yep. And the turtle said, no.
No, the turtle said, I'm going to leave now because I can't think of any reason not to.
Exactly right.
And
the
then
squirrel,
the squirrel said, "There's nothing to do here."
the squirrel ordered it. There you go.
Yeah, the squirrel ordered it.
There you go. Yeah, no, it's a good book, actually. I'm gonna have to read it again when you're done. Maybe I'm not sure. It's been a long time.
Yeah, or we can have reading sessions.
There you go, reading sessions. Well, speaking of reading sessions,
like prayers.
Yeah, there you go. Well, so I have a question for you today, which is, what is a question of the day? What is a controversial opinion that you have?
Well, I have a bunch, but one is legalize all drugs so we don't have to fight the war on drugs, and we can arrest people when they commit the crimes and just probably cut the expenses in half. We won't have to defund the police. We'll be able to get more police because they can do things like protect the neighborhood and check on, make sure everything's well lit and patrolled. The drug thing, they're arresting people for simply having drugs. So come on, let's save the money and let's go after when they actually commit the crime, and then treat drug use as more of almost a medical issue.
Crime?
What's that?
What do you consider the crime? You see, when they commit
what
the crime,
they do, what they choose to do. If they later decide to rob a store, you get them for that. You don't get them because they had the drugs or even because they used the drugs.
Well, the ironic thing on that one.
Focus on the crime itself, because you're taking away freedom and creating a crime that doesn't exist. So the crime is, I broke into your house, not I had cocaine. It doesn't matter.
I find that ironic, actually. I think you're not wrong, but
what if you decide you want pizza tomorrow and the government said you can't have it? You would not be happy. Nobody would.
Right.
Pizza can kill you over time.
What I'm referring to is the fact is that you're saying you basically don't arrest them for getting the drugs or using the drugs.
Yes.
Or selling the drugs.
Selling is a business thing now. Selling is business, so you'll have businesses involved. There will be regulations, maybe not laws, but
what the thing is that
if you provide drugs to a child, whether you get paid or not, that's a crime separate from drugs.
But if you rape someone,
yes,
and then find out later on, he was high on methamphetamine, it reduces the, it's not as bad.
It's worse. It should be worse.
It should be, but
not only irresponsible, he chose to use something that was dangerous, though legal, he chose to do that. It's the, and so.
But you realize it minimizes right? They say, oh, well, he killed somebody, but he was drunk and out of
Well,
control.
it doesn't always minimize. It doesn't always work, man. That's, I like, but that doesn't matter because if the drugs are legal or illegal, you could use them as a factor either way you want as a court.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I just know that
because the war on drugs is costing us almost as much as the 2 wars Bush started.
I'm not telling you it's not. I'm just saying that's a factor. If you if you do something while you're on drugs, often it softens the blow and you say, hey,
well, that can't be. We can't allow that. We have to make it harden the blow. So
right, but that's not the way it works.
Well, it can. Everything changes.
Everything
changed. They just got rid of arresting people for having drugs here in Washington. You can have them up to a certain point. So they got smart. Finally, the governor got smart. Yeah, it's kind of it's a good thing overall, but I think it's people's preconceived notions holding us back.
Yeah,
right. Because the war on drugs we haven't won. We've lost bigger. We've created a reason for the cartels to invade America. They wouldn't be here if it was legal. They'd be somewhere else, but they wouldn't be here.
Well, I don't know.
Why would a cartel even supply? Well, they'd supply stuff legally and make money and then have some taxes.
But if we didn't if we have the people supplying them drugs, they wouldn't be dying in the streets because of drugs either. I remember a few years back, we probably had 7, 8 heroin deaths in 1 year. It was like
you'd still have those, but maybe not as many, but you still have them. But.
Yeah, just not as much. I know that
that's another bonus, I guess. Yeah, so that's controversial. I'm about 5%, 10% agree with me. So
yeah, it's interesting. But yeah,
that's funny because the same people that cry because they have to wear a mask and have no freedom. It's like, you haven't had freedom. I don't have freedom to carry what I want in my pocket. So we're not free. So knock off the free crap, the freedom crap, I call it.
That's
patriot bullshit.
Well, the free drugs is not free drugs, but
no.
But I mean, what do you call it? Your drug policies is definitely a controversial opinion. One of my controversial opinions. Let me think here. I find everything controversial, being that I am the ENTP /
Okay, we got to stop.
Devil's advocate.
Got to stop you. You're using the ENTP as an excuse again. You got to answer the question, sir.
I know, but I don't have a point of view that's like really, really opinionated.
That was an evasive political answer. I like that.
Well, it's just the fact that I'm like, I can find a reason in everything. I can find a reason why not to in everything. So it's kind of like.
Yeah, but you must have some real opinions on things.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that is, But you're saying but controversial opinions. I'm like, I'm controversial myself. That's bad. It's like, sheesh.
I know a guy who's a senator, good guy. I haven't seen him really any controversial decisions from him, but and a lot of people. I know a lot of people. Democrat, Republican.
Well, I mean,
controversial opinions are very straight to the middle.
Yeah, and that's kind of it. I am a lot of things there in the middle.
So there's got to be one you go.
But the controversial depends on how I spin my answer, what I say. So if I said all homeless people should, yada yada, or all gays and lesbians should be yada, whatever I say could be spun in a different direction and be controversial. So.
Well, no.
I will say that
I'm going to have to go to a sidebar, Your Honor. He's
no. Listen. So
I asked the question. Do you have any controversial decision or
if I have any controversial?
What is your controversial opinion? I got a big one. I got about 5.
My controversial opinions are basically such as. One of them would be on the homeless. And I do believe after studying and working with these people for years and years and years, I think that the way things are done, the nationwide is goofed up. Locally, they're goofed up. No matter what you do, it's 2 wrongs are, But I'll tell you how I believe it should go. I believe that unless you can, I mean, there are services out there, and I believe that every person should have access to those services. I believe that everybody should be demanded to do those services or may put out of town. And I mean, if you're gonna live in the town and utilize our services, you have to follow
I
regulations.
like that. That's kind of controversial with it's about 50-50. So you got, yeah, there are people that.
I'm not opposed to having,
Yeah, Marysville does that in Washington.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
a
opposed to
little
that at all.
controversial. I want to hear a controversial that's like only 10% like agree with, because mine has disagreement on left and right. I mean,
Yeah,
90% or 80%. So let's you got a good one that
I was working on that. I think that the tiny house is a good.
how about what you were saying the other day that Christian bakers should be forced to bake only gay cakes? I thought that was a pretty controversial opinion you had. Only gay cakes.
I never said that.
Better.
Yeah, that's funny. No, I think that you should be able to bake anything you freaking want. I think that if somebody comes to your shop and says, "Hey," I mean, if there's other ones available, then you shouldn't have to go to them. I mean, you should. Why would you want to utilize, somebody who's, if you can use somebody else? I would never use them.
I have no opinion on that matter.
I'm like, I think in particular that the person just loses their business by, not being a good person.
So what's your controversial thing that's real controversial? Madonna level controversy. Remember, she did stuff.
Madonna level controversial. I don't know.
You did it all.
My controversial thing is interference in people's lives. I believe that if you're in my little realm, if you're one of my family members or one of my very close loved ones, I will step in, and whether or not if I know something's going on in your life, I know something's going on that I don't like, I'm not gonna not let something bad happen to somebody or do whatever. I will never let somebody just fall down and continue to fall and hurt themselves. So
no controversy there. So what we've gathered.
Well, this thing though is that just recently, I got in an argument with people in my family, my loved ones, because I reached out to somebody and made a comment and said, "Hey, trying to be a good person and trying to, let them know that, hey, people are watching and you need to be pay attention a little bit here before you hurt somebody," type of thing. And everybody's like, "Oh, you should just let them stay out of it, Lonnie," type of thing. I'm like, yeah, I try my darndest. I can't stay out of things. I care too much, Well,
I don't see that as a real issue. So let's talk about. No, I'll summarize. We've spent 15 minutes, and I think you have no controversial opinions you're willing to have as your main opinions.
I don't know.
It's okay. That's okay. You're at 0 right now, but you can work your way up.
Well, on my controversial opinions they changed on a daily because I'm very progressive in my thoughts. So they kind of change their. I mean, it's kind of like, well,
that's cool. So you really are left with no controversial opinions that are going to cause problems at parties. I, on the other hand, have one that I won't even mention at parties, see, because it brings up too much. It causes a fight every time.
With us?
No, with people at parties, and it causes people on the right to suddenly not to kind of take away all of their power because they're coming at you with an opinion that's totally against their whole freedom thing. And it really makes them look like hypocrites. So it's not worth doing at a party.
Well, my controversy, I guess, depending on what you're saying right now, for me, it's controversy is the fact that I totally believe 100% that what Donald Trump started to do was it was a joke to start with. And then he didn't plan on actually becoming president. And then he just, because I was a fan of his until the day he decided I'm going to run for president. I'm like, I think that's kind of funny, but I mean, I followed.
He started with controversy. He made a controversial statement that we got to shut down the border, put up a wall. There were rapists coming and all that. And that was unpopular at the time.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean,
It was
my thing-
controversial. It got
Yeah.
him a lot of press.
yeah, well, his whole thing's about press. That's
Yeah, it
100%,
was a
you
good
know?
move by him. It was actually what got him going and made him win the presidency, really.
Yeah, and I think that, yeah, and I totally understand that. What he said, what people said there. I just I know Donald Trump from way back when, as far as me following him because I was a big fan of his. I mean, stupidly, but like I said, I was called the Lonald years ago in school,
Yeah.
high school and college. Girls would call me that bit, but it was because I always had ability to do things, make things happen. I was kind of the big shot. You know, I was always had a pretty girl by me or something like that, you know, and it was kind of like, well, I thought it was kind of funny. I found it endearing actually, because the Lonald, you know, and I wasn't
That's
a big
good.
shot. I was,
That's fun. He was fun then.
yeah, see, that was cool. And then all of a sudden, and I followed him, and I was like, you know what? I learned later on. I was like, you know, this is not the person I want to follow in business because he had some serious issues and some problems in business. And I believed in. I started following Zig Ziglar's, and that is basically if you help enough people, in this world get what they want, you're guaranteed to get everything you need. So
That leads to more satisfaction anyway.
it does in the long run. I really don't. It's not about me. It's
Well-
about us and you. You know.
Well,
And so that's
Zig wants you to feel good all day. You know, good morning. He wants you to say good morning
good morning. Good morning.
all day.
Yeah. If anybody doesn't know Zig Ziglar, you need to look him up and find some of his quotes because they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
Listen to his book. Find the book. He's passed on now, but the books will last forever. You know?
Legend lives on. He did the thing about called them go signs or go lights instead of stoplights. You refer
There
to
you go. Go lights.
and the
Yeah.
strong end instead of the weak end, the strong end, because it is a strong end for some people.
Sure. Yeah, he's got a lot of good stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal guy. But I mean, Tony Robbins had nothing on. I mean, he did. Tony Robbins is great. I had nothing compared to him. Zig Ziglar was everything, you know, compared to Tony Robbins. But
Yeah. Tony Robbins was the next generation of that.
He was.
Now my guy, Brendan Burchard's the next generation.
yeah, so there
There'll
you
be a
go.
new one. Yeah, they keep coming.
Yeah, that's good. That's wonderful. You know,
Hey, I
Fine.
want to, do we have a moment to check into
we have a moment.
the
Let's
Callus
take a moment.
Podcast Network? So here it is, because we want to get this going. Maybe set up an appointment this week. And they have a
Yeah,
place.
it's good.
Yeah, click for podcast, start your own scheduled training. So let's have a goal to have set something up maybe later today or tomorrow.
Sure.
Now, what's tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow we have the second vaccination.
Tomorrow is the second vaccination. And I have, what do I have?
Yeah. Let's look at the schedule here while you're thinking about that. It's at 11:45 vaccination.
Yes.
Yeah.
11:45. What else do I have on my scheduled for tomorrow? Am I in Portland tomorrow? Because
Well, I want to tell the audience here that I went to Facebook and it had a link. I went to the link, and on the Facebook link, I'm not able to schedule training, but probably on the direct website, you can do that. And also you can call 360-636-3310. So that's pretty cool, though. They help you produce it, air it, or publicize it, everything. They can get you advertising and the whole deal.
we can get the
They have
LB
a whole
hour out
package.
on main thing there. That'd be kind of cool.
What's
On
that?
the- we put the LB hour on mainstream, you know.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's audio only. It's kind of cool. So they have their own podcast network, so they can help you get listeners.
There you go. Well, let's do that then because hey, we'll just start all over. Kidding.
No, you don't. Well, no, not really. We got to get our stuff together and then go in there. I don't want to go in there like willy nilly with 2 hairs with 48 ideas. Let's get our stuff lean and mean. And
How
we
about
put
2
it-
hairs in a watch?
2 hairs with no owl? We go in there. But if we get it all prepped in advance, know what we want to do, know exactly how we want to present. it.
Well, I have no idea considering I've never been there before, so we need to go to it first and find out. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to take a class till I'm ready. I'm not going to start producing there. I'll go.
Yeah,
go
yeah,
do a tour.
yeah, exactly. Take a
Yeah, that's
tour,
what we'll
check
do.
it out.
Schedule a tour.
Schedule, well, yeah, or just schedule a training, whatever. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what it
schedule-
consists of.
They're like 1-hour trainings, and they're only $20.
Yeah, so we can do that.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah,
I
so
like
we'll do that. But that's nor here nor there with the hairs. Let's see here. Now I do have that we found out we didn't find really a controversial opinion on my part, unfortunately. I'm there for you people, everybody. Devil or angel, I'm there for you. I'll hook you up.
Well, you thought that the rabbit should be able to eat the tricks. You were.
I did think that. I thought that was baloney.
That's controversial.
Well, here you go, Brian. Who in your life brings you the most joy? Oh, joy.
I'd have to say myself. I mean, it's on you. Nobody else can really bring. I guess they can bring you joy, but you don't have to take it.
Hey, well, there you go. That's something. That's
Yeah.
I guess
you gotta manufacture your own joy, I think. But I get great joy from others too. But
well, that's an answer.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it's how I see it. If I
right.
see what the person's doing in a positive way and I've helped them maybe or something, then it's real positive. But most joy is usually for me.
It's funny. I think you're just chicken to stay. You are afraid to tell everybody who gives you the most joy. And the fact is that I am that person.
Nobody has an answer.
I am that person. I'm just kidding.
Nobody can answer that question truthfully.
They definitely can.
Unless they say themselves. The only person that can give you true joy is yourself. Nobody else can give it to you.
Well, I like your answer. But
that's a strong answer. It's me.
It's the most philosophical answer there is, for sure.
Well, it's the truth, though. If you study any like Ziegler and all those people.
Yeah. You're right. I know.
Even like that Jocko guy. I think
they were probably thinking. Well, let's hear. Here's they say an awesome question for keeping it positive, and they'll be talking about someone they love. So it'll be easy to jump into a conversation about whoever the person is and why they're so awesome. Now,
there you go. That's perfect. I fell into their trap because someone I love myself. I've learned over the years to learn to love yourself. If you don't, you're not going to love anybody else. You're going to treat
you narcissistic bastard. I tell you.
No, that's the opposite of narcissism. No, you're supposed to love yourself. It's in the Bible. It's a biblical.
Well, you are supposed to love yourself.
But having an overly high opinion of yourself and believing you're more powerful than everybody else, that's narcissism. Loving yourself is the
But I thought the Bible said not to love yourself too much.
Narcissists do not truly love themselves. That's the problem. There's a self-hate going on. But people who love themselves get joy from everybody, pretty much. Not everybody, but most. So I stand by my answer. It's another strong answer. What do you got? Let's hear yours.
Oh no! Who loves makes? What was the question again? There. Who brings life? I want to hear it. Who in your life brings you the most joy? The most joy in my life is my dog named Max. No, I'm kidding. My kids are give me the most joy. If I
you get one.
Hey, one kid.
You get one person who brings you.
One person. Well, his name's Kid. And he's mine. Now,
just a minute, Your Honor. He's again not answering the question. Let me phrase it different. Okay.
The name is.
Let's answer the question. You get one.
The name is Chamary. Chan Mary. No, Martin. No, let's see here.
So what you're saying is you're 0 for 2. Now let's go to the third one.
I know. I'm trying to think here. Let's see.
Try to name one. You got 30 seconds to name one.
Who in your life brings you the most joy? The most joy. Well, the most joy in my life right now is probably my daughter Mary, because she is going to call. I'm just saying in general, because she is doing a lot of things that I did not do, and she's going through college right now at the 4-year school. So right now she's bringing the most joy.
Chandler, are you watching? Chandler, are you watching?
No, I'm just telling you.
I'm gonna name a street after you, second place. All right, buddy.
Yeah, she's just there you go. No,
hey, we won't tell Chandler.
Not.
Don't tell Chandler. Don't tell.
No, I love Chandler 100%.
I know,
but right now Mary's bringing the most joy by hearing about her stories in college, and she's really striving for it right now. Very soon, Chandler will be striving for it, whatever it is that he decides to do.
It's based on their performance. The joy you get from your kids is based on their performance. That's a fascinating thing. Let's it's their own personal. It's the joy I get from
their not performance, their performance on themselves. The better when they better themselves, the better I feel. You know what I mean? When they feel better about themselves, the better I feel. So I feel like I'm trying to, guide and help and do whatsoever with my kids. And when they're joyful and they feel smarter and they feel better looking and they feel skinnier and they feel everything, I mean, they feel like a better person in general, however that is.
Yeah.
I feel like I've helped that. And they in turn, their self-esteem goes up, and then my personal self-esteem goes up, you know what I mean? Because they feel better about themselves. So when they feel better, I feel better. That's how it is. And right now, Mary feels pretty darn good.
Yeah. So Mary gives you the most joy.
At the moment, yeah. At the moment, yeah. And then who had the biggest impact on?
Yeah, it doesn't say at the moment. Does it say at the moment or in your life?
It says who brings you the most joy. Who in your life brings you the most joy? And I'm telling you right there, I'm at the moment it's Mary. She's doing really
Currently,
yes. I mean, and the next time when Chandler achieves something and he's happy, then he'll bring me the most happiness. If he's happy, then I'm happy. You know what I mean? Your kids they get that way. So here's now for you, Mr. Man. Who had the biggest impact on the person you have become?
I hate to do it again, but I'd say me. I've just gone through a period where I had to do all the looking at myself, see all the evil, the terrible things and all that, and recalibrate. And I'd say me. Now I have other people who influence me, but it's been the key to my satisfaction in life and fulfillment lately in the last year has been because of my choices. So I hate to sound narcissistic again, but me.
Oh, here's the answer to that question, Ryan. This one, you may not have the same as the previous question.
Oh.
You might want to choose one or choose either. This is the one or the previous one, depending on the type of conversation you want. Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep the other one. So somebody other than me that's influenced me.
Yeah, a biggest impact on your life.
Well, I'll be risky here. I'm going to say my son Carson because he's helped me in so many ways as far as how I respond to things and how I react and who I really am as a person, just through conversations we've had. And so I would say that's been the biggest influence in my life. And it's been over the last 7 or 8 years or even more, his whole, 10 years.
Yeah, that's cool. I would say, impact. So whether it's most
changed everything. And yeah, it's impacted every aspect of my life just because of my thinking. And he's really into these motivators, these David Goggins and these other ones that tell you to be hard on yourself and beat yourself up and kind of take yourself through boot camp, like where they try to rip your identity away, in boot camp, they try to take away your individuality.
Yeah, I'd like to get some more of that there.
Yeah,
send some my way if you want. I can send some to Chandler too. Both of us can use some. Both.
Well, through those conversations and doing that, you strip away all the bullshit and have to be honest about yourself. We've had to do that over the last few years through these other motivator guys, and that's an impact that's changed my life. So I have no real fear of the future, and I don't need things. I don't need to be famous. I don't need to be rich. I don't need to have nice stuff. So I just want to keep living and enjoying life. So that's the biggest impact.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's wonderful. As far as
I'll be a coward here a little bit, partly to an impact throughout the last 27 years has been my son Keenan, who has so much restraint. He doesn't do alcohol or drugs. He shows what a person who has control over themselves can be. So those two, actually, it's both of them, because his consistency and
you're in the
I was thinking about it. That's pretty powerful too, because somebody that's a lifelong influence, their whole life has been an influence and has impacted me. Because to see somebody to be it's
if Carson and Keenan are seeing this, you realize now that
what's the truth? No, it's they don't watch.
I know it's true, but the thing is that he did that to me just a moment ago, and you must choose one.
You were totally evading the question. You couldn't even, and I only got knocked on a technicality. I said me again. They didn't see that coming. They thought it was going to be Mr. Libby and Mr. Libby both times. They didn't expect me.
I know, but you made me cut the baby in half, and that's not good.
No, I realized too that that's not fair to just take the impact that's been over the last 7 years and negate somebody else who's had it for 27. So
Right. Yeah, I
those
get you.
two, though.
I get you. No, that's great.
No,
Our
I'll
kids
go
are-
coward on that one.
Our kids are important to us. They've done a lot for us,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Well, it's not even that. It's just some people are important, make a big impact more recently. Some people,
Yeah,
like
I
a
mean,
fifth grade teacher made the big impact early on. So
Yeah, I mean,
Mr.
I
Libby,
think
Mr. Libby.
my mom probably had the biggest impact on me on
Yeah.
the way she grew up, the way she cared, and the way she died. It's kind of like,
Well,
it's
yeah,
been a big thing.
and long term, you also had Aunt Phyllis. She's
Yeah, Aunt Phyllis and my grandpa. Yeah, there's a lot. I have a lot of influences on my life, so it's always been a good thing. I've had
Oh yeah.
blessed life. Yeah. So.
Well, I always like
But
the Aunt Phyllis stories because you can see it.
oh yeah, well,
Very
Aunt
loving,
Phyllis.
strong.
Yeah, that's all she did was love. She's a huge loving person. She's just the biggest for all the kids that there ever was. Pretty
Sounded
amazing.
strong too.
Oh yeah, she was quite interesting. I mean, she just funny because I was thinking about a song about her. She used to sing a song all the time to her kids. It's funny because every doll would be just like she just Phyllis, you're just the most best person in the whole. The moment you say something like that, she go, "Oh, it's so hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way." And she couldn't sing with a lick. She was always off beat or off tune and stuff. It's pretty funny. But she'd say things to you. She'd like go up to you and say, "Lonnie, why do I love you so?" And you see the little kid, you sit there and you think, he's like, "I don't know, why do you love me?" But it makes you think. We're like, "I don't know, why do you love me?" Why do I love you so? Like, oh,
She has such a down home feeling just off the stories.
yeah, it really was just amazing. But yeah, she was pretty amazing. I gotta make her a poster actually, or a thing here very soon actually, a little photograph. But hey, let's go to the next question here, if you don't mind. Let's see.
Sure.
What is the most annoying habit someone can have, Brian? What is the most annoying habit somebody can have?
I don't really want to even say it.
Go ahead and say it's mine, I'm sure, because you're around me most of the time.
Carry around small dogs.
Oh.
Bring small dogs to my house. I'm sorry, I'm not mad anymore at anybody that's ever done it. But yeah, don't bring small dogs to my house. Don't even bring small kids. Tell me who you're bringing. If you're coming over and you have a friend, you just, just do what you say and don't bring small dogs.
He's just a funny guy.
But I can get through it.
Yeah, right. Well, we get through anything. What something a habit that annoys me? People have a habit. Well, I don't know if it's a habit, annoying habit. A habit that somebody has that annoys me. Let me think here. Was the most annoying habit. Leaving, and I probably do it sometimes too. But for the most part, leaving garbage on the floor. Like it's.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I used to be married to somebody. She wasn't my wife, it was somebody else. I'm just kidding. No, but they always, let's say if you're sick, just blow their nose and leave that Kleenex on the floor. Just drop on the floor.
I've never seen that. That's
it's disgusting.
You're dealing with some deliverance people, but I grew up in the woods. I've never seen it. You live in town and you have people dropping snot on your floor.
Well, they're gonna pick them up. They will pick them up. You know what I mean?
On the floor?
Well, no, the Kleenex is like this pile of Kleenex just
on the floor.
On the floor. Wrappers.
You got some boundaries you got to set with these people. That is
wrappers on the floor. Yeah, garbage.
Never
garbage
heard of
on the floor. It's like
on the floor. That just appalls me.
Well, in their mind, they will pick them up when they're done before they,
in their mind, they need a janitor because that's some dirty stuff, man.
That's horrible. I hate it.
I'm hoping you really don't know anybody like that. I did want to qualify the dog thing. I got to say, it's not just one person or two people. It's a lifetime. Guys showing up to do some work on my gutters, and they got a freaking small dog in their car with them. I'm like, come on, guys. So it's small dog lifetime of disdain, and they were ankle biters. It's a lifetime of disdain for small dogs. I want to clear that up. Well, I don't want people thinking if they ever do watch it, is it because I brought the dogs? You know, that'll happen.
Well, you know, by the way, Brian,
Yeah,
you used to have a couple of small dogs yourself.
never. Well, I was never a owner of a small dog.
That's not true.
It's as true as the day is long. I did not own either one of those dogs. I had no ownership.
Okay, your wife did.
Yeah, well, that's different.
They lived at your house,
Yeah, that's another.
and you fed them.
I try not to.
See, you did. You're like, I had to feed the dog.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I like them.
Well, yeah, but they live at your house. If they live at your house, they were happen to be, small
That
dogs.
doesn't. If they live at your house, doesn't mean you like them. You probably have your ex-wife probably had stuff there you didn't want.
Yeah, it's
Don't
not
say
right.
her though. Don't say, well, yeah, her. That's not a good answer. But she had stuff there that you didn't like.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're not going to ex-wives.
I never. No, I never was a supporter of having small dogs in the house.
My thing is basically like this. I got bit by a small dog when I was a kid, and
Yep.
I bashed against the wall, and it wasn't very
Wow.
good for either one of us, But he literally bit onto my arm, and I just had to, bash him against the wall to get him off. So I had an issue with, and that was actually not a real small dog. That was a decent sized dog. Like here, it was
Yeah.
it was small medium. It was
The small dogs are the ankle biters. They I had a paper route, and they were
this
just.
is a Chihuahua that bit me.
Chihuahua was pretty small.
Not Chihuahua. I'm sorry. What's it called? Chow Chow.
We're starting to doubt that this incident happened.
It was a Chow. As a Chow, what's it called? A Chow.
Yeah, but a Chow is not a. Is it a small dog? A Chow?
It's a medium-sized dog.
Yeah. So small dog's a different story. You can step on him. A friend of mine accidentally killed his wife's small dog by stepping on it. That's just a horrible thought.
My son dropped a small dog and about broke his back. We thought.
Yeah.
So.
See, I don't want to be that. I don't want people doing that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Turns out the small dogs don't like to be owned. The whole thing is a sham. They don't even like being owned and carried around. They did a survey.
What's kind of funny is that, our friend over in Thailand, Chocolate Man in Thailand, he shows all these animals outside.
Yeah.
All those dogs are about medium sized dogs. They're not like these big dogs. They're not like these little tiny ones either. It's like these medium ones over in Thailand that just run ragged. They run free all day long throughout the islands.
I know where he if he wanted to, he could show you where the little ones are. Skillet. Skillet. There you go. Hey,
you know where that's going. Yeah.
They're on the skillet. No, that's a stereotype. It's probably racist.
That's a very skilled answer you have there, right?
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah. We won't go there anymore. That's not good.
No, we're not going to.
But yeah. So speaking of which, have you ever been in the Asian countries?
No.
Yeah. Any countries where they actually serve animal besides like cat and dog and anything like that?
No cat or dog. No.
What is the most weird food you've eaten?
Can't think of any real weird meats. Never did the rattlesnake. Would like to do the rattlesnake.
I think I've tasted snake. Pretty sure. I did alligator.
I've never done that.
Yeah.
I do the alligator.
Did the gator got 2-3 times actually.
Yeah, I'd have alligator meat. I'd like to try that and rattlesnake.
Which is weird because the gator that I had when I had it in Florida, it was very, very fresh. It was really weird because I'm actually looking at alligators outside and I'm tasting it, but it tasted like I would say the breading around it tasted like there's like a sponge cake almost, like a Twinkie type of thing.
Well, being around here, have you ever tried squirrel?
No, I have not.
Tastes like chipmunk.
Aha. I would have never known that. But
yeah, no, it does though, actually.
Well, yeah, I believe that. I don't know. I won't go into the weird foods that I've tried.
Have you ever tried like Rocky Mountain oysters and that stuff?
No, I'm pretty much, although I highly did. This is where I started enjoying Joe Rogan. I was very fond of the Fear Factor, and I would never have won because it came to food. I was like, no, it ain't going. It's not going in my mouth. There's no freaking way I could do that. Now I could probably do a little bit more better of it, but
yeah,
at the time,
a tough show, man.
It was a rough show. It was pretty cool. They did a good job. They got kind of outlandish towards the end there where they're basically jumping the shark though. These people
Yeah,
had to
he
do
said
like,
he really didn't like doing it, but he loved the money.
no, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, next question. Where do you spend most of your free time during the day?
Well, most of the free time at home or in the backyard and on the compound, I call it. In the
Most of my
tunnel,
free,
only in the tunnels for an hour a day.
right? Most of my free time, if I have free time, which is all time is free, to me at the moment, I guess, is basically here working on doing something, around the house
Yeah.
and with my friends like yourself,
Yeah. Compound.
Yeah.
You're on your compound. Everybody
on
needs.
my compound, and I spend a lot of time. Well, because it's a weird. This is during the COVID time, so it's gonna. Everybody's gonna say the same thing. Oh, around their house, maybe go
Oh,
hiking if people could, but other than that,
Usually usually even with no pandemic, I would want to spend most of my free time at home.
who
Not
was
all
your
of it.
best friend in elementary school, Brian?
Randy
Yeah.
Patterson, the cool guy, was the only one of like 2 or 3 guys I couldn't beat in a fight, but he was a cool dude and he was into the Beatles. And
Randy Patterson.
yeah,
Oh,
he had
I
a
know that.
left, man. He had a left jab. He was a good boxer, and we always bet on the boxing matches. We didn't have,
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, I love that. I used to love watching boxing on Saturday nights. I think it was.
yeah, we'd bet a nickel on a fight, but then
Yeah.
we bet $1 on Ollie Frazier, and I lost.
Oh, wah, wah, wah. That's too bad. But
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when I lost, I didn't have the money, so I had to implicate Randy in a crime, and he ended up getting sent away. I felt bad about it, but I didn't
I
have
know,
the
right?
I didn't have that $1. No, I lost $1, and I got in serious trouble from my mom for losing money I didn't have. It was a great
Yeah.
lesson.
Yeah, that's a big lesson. Yeah, I once punked a guy pretty good. He I lost a bet, and I had this brand new remote walkie-talkies, brand new walkie-talkies, and this is something that I remember to this day. I feel bad about it still. So him and I, yeah, don't get along too well. So but I made some stupid bet
What
when I
was
was a
his
kid.
name? What was your first best friend?
Well, he wasn't my first best friend. My first best friend's name was, like I said, was basically Johnny, who died.
Oh, okay.
Ironically,
Well, what was the question? Who was your best friend in grade school?
oh yes, that was the best friend in grade school. So that than Johnny, and then prior to, with Johnny and Pete and Mike, and yeah, then all those guys, yeah. But Johnny was the first one, and then Pete, I think. So
Wow.
yeah, that's the first one. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the other question part of that, how that kind of segued there, but
yeah, that's cool though that Pete and is still one of your friends, one of your
Yeah.
best friends.
and I don't think Pete was. Well, Pete doesn't remember Johnny, I'm sure, because he wasn't. I mean, they were friends, but there's like for them, they only knew each other during the school days.
Yeah.
I knew him every day after school and before school and yada yada.
And who was the other good one? You had Pete, Johnny, and who was the third?
Johnny Leidick. Oh, I would say my other friends were like in grade school was like
You mentioned one. You said Pete and somebody, and then
yeah, like Mike.
yeah, Mike. Yeah, Mike's still a good friend. You talk about him a lot.
Yep. And that's third grade. I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Well, that's
Yeah.
far back.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some pretty good friends, thank goodness. But hey, so speaking of which, I did this as a kid, and I would watch Elvira and watch the Three Stooges. But how often do you stay up past 3 a.m.?
Very rarely, almost zero.
Yeah.
Twice in the last 6 years, maybe.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I never do that. I get up at I have gotten up at 3 a.m. Yeah, but never. It's been a long time since I went to bed late. I like to go to bed early.
Yeah, I think the only time I end up at 3, I just recently have been up a few times past 3 a.m., but that was because I woke up like 11 o'clock and I had to change the pills. I had to change medication on some stuff, and I was up freaking all night long. Like,
that
whoa.
sucks.
Yeah, it does. And at 5 o'clock in the morning, you fall asleep, and then they wake back up. But that's okay. Yeah.
Oh, hey, we're down to our last minute. We'll be on an hour. So are you ready?
Okay, well, hey, what's your favorite season and why?
Probably salt.
Salt season, okay.
No, I don't
Absolutely,
know.
okay.
Yeah, I don't have one. What's yours?
I was thinking summer, but I'm not certain.
There you go. I'm trying to see how close we can get to an exact hour. So we're going to be at an
Well, we're
hour.
there now. We're at 10. So let's wrap this up here a little bit. So are you waiting for me there?
I'm ready, man.
Your hands ready? I can't
Tomorrow.
see. There we go.
Continue
Ready?
tomorrow.
Rochambeau, ready? Because how many have you done? Hang on. How many, Brian? How many have you won so far?
I have 3 in a row at least.
3 in a row. Okay, let's do it.
Rochambeau. Whoa.
Oh, you got me. You got me.
Wow. Okay, I will see you
4.
later.
Later, buddy. Have a good day, buddy.
Tomorrow.
See you, Sonora.